Hi, in this video we are going to talk about Syrian conflict and how victims upload videos and recordings to the internet and how with AI we are seeking for justice with this. So here we are with Laura. Hi Laura, thank you for being here. Can you please tell everyone your professional background?
Sure, I'm Laura, I'm a psychologist. I'm studying a master in childhood and youth studies right now, and I'm really interested in conflict art and the effects of it in people's life.
Thank you. So my first question is, why is it important to seek justice during or after war, and how does it benefit the survivors?
For people who have experienced a war, a justice system that allows them the truth, justice, reparation, and guarantees of non-repetition is crucial, because with it they can process the horrific, traumatic, and difficult experiences of war. For example, if the justice system uses AI to identify the perpetrator and the conditions of the horror, then the survivors won't have to wait during long years to have the truth. And this is really important because they can now process the traumatic experience, and they can understand that what they lived is part of the story, but no more part of their daily life.
Hi Alejandro, thank you for being here. First, I want you to tell us, please, a little bit about your professional background.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm Alejandro. I'm the head of AI and artificial intelligence in an IT company. About my background, I'm a computer scientist. I did my master's in data science, and I did a second master's in artificial intelligence.
Thank you so much. I have been researching about the Syrian conflict and digital media that survivors and victims had uploaded to the internet. There is a problem because AI is banning those videos and that content because sometimes it is confused with terrorist content and content that promotes war and violence. So, how do you think AI could learn to differentiate that content uploaded by victims that could be useful for make justice and terrorist content?
The way it works is you train a machine to perform a very specific task. So, for example, in this context, you train a machine to understand that this video is wrong or this video is right. So you need to have a data set where you have a video and you have labeled it wrong, and you have another video and you have labeled it right. And you have to have a lot of videos for the machine to learn. Then the machine automates the decision. But yeah, it depends on the data you have.
We have seen in social media platforms, for example, YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook, AI algorithms are used to ban or delete videos that are related with war. Sometimes it is okay because it is not good content for the public to see and is disturbing content, but sometimes victims upload it because it's the only way to have a voice and to show and expose the world what's happening in their countries, for example in Syria. So how do you see it as a data scientist? How they can start training those technologies and create politics to respect the victims' content?
I think that's a very interesting discussion, because first of all, it's a practical thing not to get into the political or social aspects of some video. These platforms are social media platforms. The content that is published in these social media platforms is not content for this kind of purposes. I think all these platforms have their choice of not enabling this video to be uploaded because they are not a political entity or governmental entity, so they don't have that political responsibility. Of course, is an ethical issue if they allow it or not. But there should be other platforms that the victims have to their disposal for these purposes, but it's in the right context. Because when we are talking about YouTube, we are talking about videos that an 11-year-old can be watching. I know these social media platforms have the capacity to reach many people, but it's not the responsibility of these private companies to share this video for some people.
Yes, I was going to highlight that when you said that we could create specific platforms for work content. But it is right. Maybe people won't upload their videos there because they don't have the big amount of users as social media. I think that is something that we have to reflect on and start being creative and improving those tags maybe for adults and kids content, and create a safe space for victims and also for the common public. In my research, I saw that AI is also used with face recognition techniques to detect war criminals. They take a database of suspect faces, they compare those videos uploaded by the victims and survivors, and they start to recognize faces to create cases and prosecute them. What do you think about it?
Well, there's with face recognition is this thing about privacy that it's a concern, because this face recognition can be misused by entities to break the privacy of their users or the people. But when we are talking about war, that's a whole different context. I personally, I don't see how wrong can this technology do in this context, as long as the decision or the whole process is not based just in the fact that the face recognition systems say something. So the face recognition recognized that someone was there when the massacre was performed. That cannot be the only thing in a trial. This is just another technology to have more data to prosecute someone. I would say I'm in favor of allowing these technologies for these purposes.
Okay. And talking about trials and judgment and justice, do you think that AI is capable of being a judge today?
No, I don't think we're at that level yet, because basically judging is a very humane task. We need an artificial intelligence that can emulate many aspects of human knowledge, of human rationale, and we are not there yet. That's what it's called artificial general intelligence. Machines that have awareness, that have consciousness, that can connect dots between different thoughts. We have a lot of AI technologies. An AI technology is a machine that it's very good at performing a very specific task. For example, face recognition. But the machine doesn't understand what's a face. The machine doesn't understand what's a person. The machine cannot extrapolate many content that we humans can.
Right. It's like war, no? You have to understand all the triggers that detonate the war, the political context, the social context, the religious, ethnic context. So yes, I understand that AI is still not able to do all of that. Thank you so much for your interview. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Okay, thank you very much, Carla.